Salute from Atlantic Cable. Vinny, I've known you for quite some time, and I don't know if we should talk about the football games that we played together. We'd just like to ask you, how was the tour with Peter McNeely? Just had 3 fights.
Well, Peter's been doing very well. Peter's been doing very well lately. We took him out of the New England area and brought him down to Louisville, Kentucky. He fought at a place called the Louisville Gardens down there, and he was very well accepted by the crowd. We ended up fighting a fighter out of Cincinnati, Ohio, by the name of Quentin Hardy. And to show you sometimes that the fighter does a better job than even the management, fighter came out in a southpaw stance, and I was taken back for a few seconds, and McNeely, being as graceful as he is, which we all know how rugged he is, he just jumped right on top of the guy and never gave him a chance. And it was a real battle for about the first 2.5 minutes or so, and Peter caught him with some good left hooks and right hands and put him down, and the fella got up again. Peter put him down again. He got up again, and Peter nailed him again with a good straight right hand. The referee jumped in and stopped the fight, but it goes to show you sometimes when a guy works as hard as McNeely, he's in the gym every single day. He never misses a day. He's a very, very dedicated young athlete, and he makes up for his let's say, lack of reach and lack of height with desire and determination, and he goes to work every day like a lot of hard-working people. And that's the success of Peter McNeely's career. Never say die, and always willing to fight and punch it out with whoever he is.
Well, knowing his father, that's the way his father was, and I guess it's like son. But I like to say myself, being around the boxing game and knowing you, Vinny, you became one of the biggest names in boxing right now as a trainer and taking care of fighters and doing the right things with them. And there's a lot of credit to you, and I'm proud to be able to say it because I played football with you a few years ago, I think, and you were a great football player as well. And I like to say to you that McNeely is doing a great job and all the things you said about him, but it's got to be a little bit rubbing off for you. It's training him, and he's progressing at each fight every time. And many, many people are saying that Vinny's doing a wonderful, wonderful job with this kid, and I'd like to salute you in that part of it.
I came along at a time when I gained a lot of experience with Sam Silverman and some of the older fighters that were around at that time, and I picked up a lot of you know, tidbits along the way of what to do and how to handle a fighter. And every fighter is an individual, some depending on their nature and their ability. And so if you can match the right combinations and be able to communicate with your fighter, I think it's a great attribute. And right now, Peter McNeely and I have seemed to have come along together, and I think that I'm very fortunate to have a young, strong athlete like Peter. He's gained 30 pounds since he's turned professional, and you know now, of course, he's got 31 pro fights and 30 wins, 24 knockouts, and 17 first-round knockouts. So I can't take all that credit for that. He obviously can punch a great deal, and I have to give some of this to you because you were the one that started me off in boxing many years ago, and all the things that you taught me and the people that I was involved with, and we did play semi-pro ball together for a while, and those are some wild times, and if you want to do a separate show on that, we could have a lot of laughs on that.
I think we could.
Yeah, I'm sure we can.
Well, I appreciate that, Vinny, to mention me like that, and it's an honor for me to be part of your little speech here, is that I had something to do to make you become what you're becoming today, and well, I really appreciate that, and I salute you for that, and geez, I'm just got all little goose pimples on right now.
Listen, without the things that go on, without the TV coverage and the newspaper coverage, George Kimball, Ron Borges, Jay Miller, Bob Buckley, Steve, Toby, and all the local newspaper guys that have covered us well and done a great job with us. And without all of us here, we wouldn't be able to go on as we have. I'm sure that something's going to happen to Peter within the next year. All the indications are is that he might go to Belfast Island, fight in Ireland, and of course we're all waiting and hoping when Tyson gets out that we can get a crack at him. So we'll see what's going to take place in the next 12 months, and if not, then we're going to continue to be patient, do our work at the South Shore Boxing Gym like we have been. We're promoting shows. We're running a show October 8th, as you know, at the Whitman Armory, and we're going to have at least 10 fights on the card, so we're trying to stay active and busy.
Well, it's wonderful to know and to hear all those wonderful things that's happening and what's progressing for McNeely, and as I said before, I salute you for all that, and knowing that what Peter does on his own. There's one little question I'd like to ask you. They're saying around the newspapers that somebody is coming in on this team. Is there somebody back in this team again? Is this rumors we're hearing? Somebody looking to join the forces that you have created? Is that true? I guess the word is a guy named King. I don't know.
There's several people that have been very interested in Peter, and of course, one of the big fight promoters in the world. It's either going to be Aram, King, or Duver. King has taken a liking to McNeely. He likes the way he fights. He likes his style. It's certainly not going to hurt him to have a big white Irish heavyweight in his camp, and McNeely is that guy. And Peter's done a great job so far, and the King Promotions is really looking forward to be able to promote King. Peter, and King works primarily with Showtime, and from what we've been told, Showtime wants to start putting Peter on some of their cards. So hopefully when that happens, that you guys will be able to still cover us and stay with us, and all our local fans and people that have been so loyal to us all the way will help us.
Well, that'll be wonderful if we could be with you when you get that big, and if we really appreciate it if we could walk with you right up to the top. And I'd like to thank you for this few minutes of talking with us and letting us know some of the things we've been hearing. And I think a lot of people are excited. They've been hearing stories about King coming into the camp, and it's wonderful. I think you know what you're doing, and if it's right for you to bring in someone else to help, I think it's a great thing, and
I think that everybody
a great opportunity for everybody.
I think everybody has to realize how far they can go with somebody and what their limitations are, and the support and power and strength with Don King should be enough to put McNeely certainly up with some large paydays, no question about that. And some night I'd love to come on the show, Peter, and you, and Peter's father Tom, and we'll talk about some of the old days. And there's more to this than just the boxing, of course, with you and I playing semi-pro football and your family. And we'll talk about how you were the first one that brought me to the Norfolk County Jail. I had my first fight under your tutelage. And that should be good for a few laughs in itself. And I'm sure that people will get a big kick out of how this guy with McNeely started off his career. So I'd really appreciate it if we could come some night and do that for you.
Well, Atlantic K will be very proud to have you have a night like that, and so am I. I'll be just excited for that night to come about, and I hope it's very shortly we can do it, and to be very proud to have to spend the night with you like that.
I guarantee the people will get a lot of laughs out of it.
Oh, they definitely will. And we'll probably change our business into a little different show business. Huh? I guess a couple of comedians probably, I don't know. Listen, a pleasure to talk to you, and I know you're busy.
Thank you very much, Paul.
You want to move around, so take care of yourself, and good luck.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Bye now.